Tension between China and Taiwan has been rising over the last 1 year. Recently, China has sent aircraft and vessels towards Taiwan day after US approved 500 million arms sales. So, what exactly is happening right now is that the China has sent these what we say their aircraft and vessel towards the Taiwan to threaten the Taiwan because recently the United States of America has approved 500 million arms sale to Taiwan, which also include some F-16 fighter plane also. So that's why actually the China has threatened Taiwan because of the fact that this deal by the USA has been approved. So today we will talk about exactly what this issue is and why this tension between these two has been rising over the last year. So if you see the history of Taiwan, Taiwan is an island just situated in the southeast of the China, mainland China. So earlier actually it was inhabited by the indigenous people, but later on it became the part of the Chinese Empire in the 17th century. Then in the first war between when China and Japan, Sino-Japan war, when China actually lost this war, then it was ceded to Japan in 1895. And this island again remained for at least half a century, for 50 years of a time, until the end of the Second World War. Because in the Second World War, you must be knowing that the Japan and Germany, these countries was defeated. So that's why this China became independent, and the Chinese ruling national government, which was ruling in the mainland China, led by the Kuomintang KMT, actually it took the control of Taiwan. But immediately afterwards, this civil war broke out in the China, and ultimately the nationalists who were actually ruling in the mainland China, they were defeated by the Chinese Communist Party. So these nationalists actually under the leadership of Chiang Kai-shek, they were defeated, and that's why they were forced to flee to the Taiwan. They came to the Taiwan. So, and they fled to the Taiwan, and where exactly they actually formed the government also. They formed the government, and they established what is called as People Republic of China. This Chinese Communist Party, actually this Chinese Communist Party also established their government in the mainland China, in the name of People's Republic of China. So both government, the government established by this nationalist in Taiwan, and the government established by the People Republic of China, that is Chinese Communist Party, both of them claimed over the whole of the territory. For example, the government that was established in Taiwan, it also claimed over the whole mainland China. They said that this mainland China is also, we are the legitimate government of the mainland China. And Communist Party, the government formed by the Communist Party also actually claimed that ultimately this Taiwan has to be actually integrated with the mainland China, because they are the legitimate government of the China. the Communist Party government, which was established in the mainland China, was supported by Russia, because you know that during the Cold War, these were the communists, so that's why they were supported by Russia, and the government that was established in Taiwan, that was supported by the United States. But later on, and again, the government established by Chiang Kai-shek in the Taiwan was recognized not only just by the US but some other countries as well. And but later on, what happened? The relationship between China and Soviet Union was actually, you can say, this relationship between the China and Soviet Union became problematic. So that's why the China started coming close to the US, and ultimately this is known as Sino-Soviet split. So relationship between this PRC and US began to thaw to counterbalance the Soviet Union, and by 1979 US actually recognized the government established by this People's Republic of China in mainland. So they should switch their diplomatic recognition from the Taipei to Beijing, and they also went on to accept the One China policy. So what exactly this One China policy is? Washington recognized PRC as the sole legitimate government of China. It also acknowledged Beijing's position that the Taiwan is a part of China, but has never accepted the CCP, Communist Parties of China's claim of the sovereignty over the island. So this One China policy is very what is called as ambiguous, and that's why both US and China interpret this policy in a different manner. So under this policy, although the US recognized that the PRC is a legitimate government of the whole China, but there was another part of this policy also, which says that the Taiwan has to be integrated through the peaceful means, not through the military means. Meanwhile, actually, US continued to retain close unofficial ties with the Taiwan under the terms of decade-old Taiwan Relation Act. So, government of US passed this Taiwan Relation Act, facilitating commercial, cultural, and other exchange through the American Institute in Taiwan, which actually acted as a de facto embassy of the US in Taiwan. Washington has also been supplying defense weaponries, but it has remained deliberately vague on whether it would defend island in the case of Chinese invasion. This policy is known as strategic ambiguity, because US has never said clearly that if the Taiwan is attacked by the Chinese, so whether they will defend Taiwan or not. You have a lot of what is called as US umbrella, like Japan. They have a pact with the Japan that if Japan is attacked, then US will defend Japan. So that this strategic ambiguity means that they have not clearly mentioned whether they will defend Taiwan in case if it is attacked, but this policy has served basically two purposes. The first is that Taiwan has been restrained from actually declaring itself completely independent from the China, because they themselves are not clear whether the US will defend them if they are attacked by the China. So that's why they have deterred these people from declaring the independence. On the other hand, this policy also has deterred the China from taking any kind of military action because they still suspect that the US may come to aid Taiwan militarily. So that's why this is known as strategic ambiguity. So why exactly this relationship between Taiwan and China has gone on to get tense in the recent past? Because some people believe that Russia, some people believe as the Russia has basically attacked the Ukraine, the China also by taking inspiration from Russia can also attack the Taiwan in the same manner. So that's why some people believe that China also can attack the Taiwan. Another reason is recently this Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of House of Representatives of US, visited Taiwan. Not only she just visited, but she also received the highest civilian order of the Taiwan. So some people actually this whole visit was opposed by the China, and in order to show its opposition, China conducted a military exercise around Taiwan when Nancy Pelosi visited the Taiwan. This China says is a violation of the One China policy because, but U.S. administration said because the Nancy Pelosi is not part of the executive of the U.S. That's why the China should not make any issue out of this visit because it is not she is not part of the executive. Although the US administration also said that this was not a good idea to visit. So this is the one reason why actually this tension has gone on to get increased. The another reason is that this another reason is that the prime minister of the leader of the Taiwan also visited recently US on their way to just he took a stopover in the US on her way to the Central America. So this visit also was opposed by the China, and that's why this was another reason why exactly the tension has gone on to get increased. As far as India's policy towards Taiwan is concerned, India also followed the One China policy right from the beginning. But some people believe in India also that, and even the foreign ministry also gave a glimpse of a little bit a change of stand with respect to Taiwan, saying that the China should remain restrained from any kind of military action against the Taiwan. And when Sushma Swaraj was a foreign minister at that point of time, Sushma Swaraj also said that if China does not respect the India's sovereignty, then it should not expect from India that it will also, will have a will actually respect the sovereignty of China. So that's why some people believe that the Taiwan can be used as a bargaining chip with the China if China does not actually respect India's sovereignty over its area, its land. So this is another point of view. Relationship as far as commercial or trade relationship is concerned, the relationship between China and Taiwan has been growing over the last couple of years, and even India want Taiwan to establish, uh, you know, a factory of semiconductor chips in India, because as you may be knowing that during the COVID, this whole supply chain of this semiconductor was disrupted, because the largest manufacturer of this semiconductor chip is China. So that's why not only just India but other country in the world also face this problem with respect to semiconductor. So that's why India want Taiwan to get the factory established for manufacturing the semiconductor. But Taiwan says that although the relationship, commercial relationship has been increasing with India, but unless India support politically, the potential that we have cannot be realized completely. So that is the viewpoint of the Taiwan.